back. The sports show with Bob Spino.
What's up, John? I see you changed outfits again. We're going north this time with the Bengals. It's a great hat, by the way, John.
Cincinnati.
Yep. I kind of like the other Paul Brown team a little better, the Browns, who are not really the Browns anymore. They're now the Ravens because that's just how it goes these days. But, Paul Brown found them both. So he found two teams, which I think is amazing. I love Paul Brown. I love the old Browns. I think they were great.
Speaking of Brown, let's see how the AFC North did. Browns came in last.
Yes,
How do they do this year? Where do they finish?
well, John, I really thought they were going to be a whole lot better the last 2 years, and then they had the quarterback problem, you know, and then they had some injuries, and it really kind of put them back. And the one year they were so close to beating Mahomes. I mean, if he got hurt in the first quarter, they'd have knocked him out of that playoff game instead of later in the game. I mean, because the rest of the game they outplayed him once he was out. Chiefs almost lost that game. But that being said, I have the Brownies. It said 7-10, right? I got them for 10-7 this year. So let's see how that breaks out. Okay, first week they play the Bengals at home. I think they're going to beat them. That's one. At Pittsburgher, nah, that's two. They're going to win. Tennessee at home, three. Ravens at home, four. Then they get a bye. Can you imagine them 4-0 going on a bye? That'd be crazy.
Oh yeah, that'll change everything. That'll sour them up real good.
Yeah, yeah. Even the Bengals be going, what the heck just happened? San Francisco at home, depending on who's the quarterback, they can win that in Frisco. But I'll give them a loss. I have to give them one loss. So I got them 4-1 there. Colts on the road, two. Seattle, I think they can beat Seattle. 5 wins. Cardinals at home, six. Ravens will lose. Steelers at home, seven. Denver will probably lose. Rams at home, eight. Jags at home, nine. Bears at home, 10. Yeah, at Houston, 11. Maybe they're going to win more than I thought. Oh, the Jets are going to slosh. No, the Jets are going to win. And then at the Bengals will lose. So I have them down. I had 10-7, and I did say easy schedule here, by the way. So that means it can be 11-6. But be that as it may, I was kind of generous early for him, so maybe 10-7. I'm gonna say. But the schedule's easy, so it can easily be more. That's an easy
Yeah,
schedule now.
an early bye week is kind of a death trap, to be honest with you. These guys
Yeah.
seem to prefer it. I mean, unless you've got a ton of injuries and you got guys trying to come back early in the season. But otherwise, I mean, realistically, you want to have your bye week mid-season to later in the season. Give your guys a break. I think this is going to ultimately hurt them. I think they come in. I don't think they beat the Bengals. I think they lose both, bookend the losses. So
First
I'll give
game
them the
here is
I'll
one
give
of
them
the
the
more
three
rivals,
win.
but John, first game's different.
It is. I think the first game Joe Burrow's going to come out firing though. I got my Chad Johnson, Chad Ocho Cinco. I think they're going to sign Higgy long term there. I think they're going to be all excited coming into the season, ready to win a Super Bowl.
Well, I
Um,
don't. You know what? I still don't think their offensive line is that great. It's better than it was. I still don't.
Listen, we'll get to that when we get to them. I right
Well,
now, I got a loss. I got 3 wins. Then the bye week hits. They come out of that with 3 straight losses.
wow.
Yeah.
Yes,
So I don't think.
that's another thing. When's the last time you picked Seattle to lose a game?
Listen, Seattle is tough at home.
They're not that good anymore. They were tough at home.
They
No,
they still are.
and I don't
It's the
believe in the
home field
quarterback.
that's the reason they're tough at home.
You
I
really,
think they beat the Cardinals there. The Ravens, they're gonna lose away. So they won the home one, they'll lose the away one. I think they'll beat the
will
I
beat
don't
the
know.
Steelers.
I don't know if they sweep the Steelers. I'm gonna
Well,
have them split the Steelers.
no.
I'm gonna have them split. I'm gonna have them at Denver. That's gonna be a tough one. I'll give them the win at Denver. I usually don't do that because it's a tough, but I'm gonna give them the win there.
Okay.
I'm gonna give them the win at LA. I gave them the win earlier, and we maintain that. I think they lose to Jacksonville at home.
No.
I
Bears will
forget what I
beat.
said about the Bears. We'll give them the win. We'll give them the win at the Texans,
Right.
and then 2 losses to end the season. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 and 9. Sounds about right. That's a Cleveland thing to do.
Can't go from year to year though, John. It's the one thing I know about sports. You just can't. I think they're going to be better. And now they actually may have a quarterback because they've had so many problems with that. First Baker not being the great player you thought he was going to be. Yeah,
Listen, last year they had Jacoby Brissett, and they were better with him than they were with Deshaun Watson
right.
by a long shot.
And yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
I don't know if Deshaun Watson really makes that difference on this team, or if he just soaks up extra
I know
salary
he didn't
cap.
do much last year, but he did do pretty good in Houston when he was there. So,
He
yeah,
did.
I think that he'll be okay. He'll be better than last year. That's what I
All
think.
right. Let's move to the tough one here. I know you're going to be sour on them.
I saw the Pittsburgh guy creeping in before. He was like on the top trying to sneak in.
Pat Fryermuth.
Yeah. I've got Pittsburgh for. I got him down for 7-10, John. 7-10.
That would be wait. You know that would be Mike Tomlin's first losing season ever.
There's a first for everything, John.
Okay.
I think he's going to lose. They don't have. Look, I see you're tightening that hat there, aren't you? They 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 don't have Ben no more, and it really hasn't hit them yet, but it's gone. You know, San Francisco at home, I think they could lose, although it's the first game of the year. Cleveland at home, I said Cleveland's going to win, so I have to stick with it. Um, at Vegas, they could lose again. Houston, I think they'll beat them. Baltimore, you got to beat somebody. It's two. At the Rams, oh no, no, no. Jacksonville at home, don't give them a win because it's a home, it's a rival. Tennessee at home will win. Uh, Green Bay at home will win. At Cleveland, no. At Cincy, no. Arizona, yes. New England, yeah, they're home. Yeah, okay. At Indianapolis, no. Cincy, no. At Seattle, no. And Baltimore, no. So that's like 7 wins, John, I think. So yeah, they're gonna lose like 10 times. So yeah, that's what I got them for.
I agree. San Fran lost, Cleveland lost, Vegas win, Houston win, Baltimore loss.
Okay,
Um,
I flipped with you on that, right? That's a ball,
yeah, I think the Rams they could win.
right?
I think they'll lose because it's in LA.
That it could be
Jacksonville loss.
right,
Tennessee they win.
right.
Green Bay they win.
They win, yeah,
That's 4 wins.
right.
At Cleveland,
At Cincy, they're gonna lose them both. That's what I think. They're not that good, John, anymore. They're not the old Steelers, man.
I think they'll win one. I think they'll win at Cleveland,
I knew you were
maybe.
gonna say that.
They
Okay,
should win Arizona because
right.
it's home.
New
I
England's
think New
home.
England they lose. I think
I
they
know.
do.
No, I know.
At Indianapolis, they don't win that.
New. Cincy, they don't win.
No. At Seattle, no.
And at Baltimore, no. At the end of the year,
At
no.
Baltimore, no.
No.
Unless Lamar Jackson goes down, that's a no.
Okay, so how many wins did you punch up there?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I got him at 6 wins. That's
And I
wow.
gave him one extra one, so I gave him 7. That's about right, John. They're not going to be that
Huh. All right. Moving on. Ravens.
good. Okay.
This is a questionable team.
Yeah, their middle name is questionable. I still can't believe they blew that Miami game last year up 21 points in the fourth quarter. Still mad about it. Okay. I have them down for. Let me check it again. Hmm. I have them 9-8, John. If lucky, 10-7. I put. So Texans at home win. That's a win. At Bengals loss. Colts at home win. At Browns,
You had the Browns winning that one.
yeah, I got the Browns. Uh-huh. Um, at Steelers, win. Titans at home, you got to lose one. They're going to lose something. Well, maybe win. Lions are going to lose. There you go. They're going to lose to the Lions. Um, at the Cardinals, at the Cardinals, give them a loss because I don't believe in a quarterback, John. I just don't. It's going to be a battle of running quarterbacks. So, um,
Battle of quarterbacks Bob doesn't believe in. Go.
right, exactly. I think they're both. It's fitting they're playing each other. Put it that way. At Seahawks at home, they'll beat them because it's home. Browns at home will win. Bengals, not gonna go with the Bengals. Not the Chargers loss. Chargers will beat them. Rams they'll win. Jags, they'll lose. They're gonna lose. At the 49ers will lose. I hope they beat the Dolphins at home and don't botch it up again. I'll give them a win, and then the Steelers will win. So
I want to ask you one question.
yeah,
Do you really have the Cincinnati Bengals sweeping the AFC North?
yeah, I have them real good, John. We're gonna get into that next. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Because that's a tough thing to do. Sweep your entire division. It's a really tough thing to do in football. I mean,
Yeah.
I got him
The
winning.
only team that wait a minute. I didn't have you said the Bengals. I had the Cleveland beating them the first game, I think. I think I said that.
Okay. So you have them
I think
5-1. Still
because it's a
tough.
home game. It's early in the year.
Yeah. It's
Cleveland.
still tough. It's an AFC North is like the NFC East. I mean, those guys could be Cleveland could be the worst team in football. Bengals could be the best and they could still beat them. It's just a weird thing. Yeah, I got him beating the Texans. Got him losing to the Bengals. I have him losing to the Colts, I think. Um, got him beating the Browns. Got him beating the Steelers. Got him beating the Titans. Um, the Lions. I think I had them losing to the Lions.
Yeah, I love the Lions, dude. I really do.
Uh, got him beating the Cardinals. They're home against Seattle, so I got them beating Seattle.
Oh, it's the first time they're going to lose this year, Seattle, huh? Okay. Well, the Jets are still undefeated, so you're good.
I'll have them beat the Bengals one time.
Mm.
I think they lose at the Chargers.
Yes.
They'll beat the Rams at
Right.
home,
Right.
lose to the Jags, lose to the Niners,
Yeah.
Dolphins. That's gonna be an
Oh, I
interesting
know it.
one.
I know it. What do you got?
Ah, that's all gonna come down to which quarterback stays healthy because these guys haven't been healthy for a while.
Well, this is the revenge game for them because they had them down 21 points last year in the fourth and blew the game. Um, I think they're going to beat the Finns.
I think so too. I'm gonna give them the win,
Yeah.
and then the win versus Steelers. I got them 10-7.
There you go. And I said they're going to be what did I say again?
You had 9-8.
9-8. Yeah.
It's right about there. I
And
got them right now. I
I
mean,
did
I
say
got them leading the
I did
division.
say if lucky 10-7 on that one. I must that's the truth. I got it written. So, yeah.
So you 9-8, or you saying 10-7?
Hmm. I'll go 10-7 ish. Because I want to
Okay.
see the Dolphins so damn bad it's not funny.
Okay. So we both got them 10-7.
Yeah.
And then
The big one.
Cincinnati. On to Cincinnati.
Yeah. I have them 13-4, those you know. I know it. They're up in the elite status. They're in the elite section. And I'll tell you why, because when you hear everything else, you're going to realize just how much they're in the elite section. Okay? Okay. First of all, maybe it's just better that we point out the losses because they're not going to win. Okay? I do have them losing at Cleveland, believe it or not. So that's one. I'm just going to go over the losses. They're going to beat Baltimore. They're going to beat the Rams. At Tennessee, it's going to be close. Maybe a loss. That could be two. At Frisco, no, I'm going to give them a win there. Arizona win. Yeah, they're going to win. At Frisco, they're going to lose. That's two. Um, Buffalo and Houston, they're home. They're going to kill them. At Baltimore, I think they're going to beat them. Baltimore's just not that good. Um, Pittsburgh at home, they'll win. Jacksonville, they'll probably win. Um, the Colts in Minnesota, they're going to win. At Pittsburgh, they'll win. At Kansas City, they'll lose. And that's going to be big, John. Real big. Real big. And then they're going to be Cleveland, of course. So,
I only counted 3 losses.
yeah, that's, well, you know what? This is a flexible because one of the four, because I said four, it's either going to be Tennessee or Baltimore. Because they're both on the road and they're both division games. And I think they're going to lose one of those two. Which one, I don't know. So I got them
Okay.
four. That's what I got them. If
Yeah.
they're super unlucky or they super get hurt, 12-5 or below, that's what I got here. But I'm seeing four, John. But four is going to be big. And that Chief game at the end of the year, yeah, it could mean who gets the home field. It could.
It could, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna count the losses as well. We'll make it easier that way. I think Cleveland takes one, Baltimore takes one. They go 4-2 divisionally. Um, I think San Fran takes them.
Yeah.
I think they take Buffalo. I think
And that being said, the Bills can win that game because they're still a good team.
yeah, Indy is another one that Indy could win that game. Pittsburgh can always take one. I don't think they
No, they
will.
won't win. They won't win in Cincinnati, though. No. Like in the Cincinnati, no, they won't win.
Yeah, I mean Kansas City should win that game.
Thank you.
Um, I don't expect them to beat Minnesota. Looking at this schedule,
You think
they're not going to
Minnesota's
lose
going to
to
beat that?
Tennessee. They're not going
Minnesota.
to lose. They're not going to lose to Tennessee.
Okay.
It's a toss up between them and Kansas City. I could see them winning at Kansas City and then coming back in the playoffs. Wait, listen, hear me out. And then Kansas City having to play at Cincinnati and taking it to their fans and winning in their fans.
That's crazy. I trust the home field a little too much for that. Like I had no doubt the Chiefs were going to beat them in that playoff game last year because they were like, Cincinnati owns them. No, no, because that one game, Kelsey fumbled. He was going for the game-winning touchdown to ice the game. It would have been over, and he just dropped it on his own when he was running. And then the other game, the stupid coach, the offensive coordinator, did not kick the field goal with 3 seconds to go at halftime. It would have never went overtime. Chiefs would have went. Mahomes would have had three. Yeah, they would have beat the Rams. The Rams would not. The Rams ended up beating Cincinnati. They would not have beaten Kansas City. No way. Not the way the Chiefs can score. No. And I mean, they had all to do to beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati was beating them most of that game. So no. And they'll never win in Kansas City, John. Whether it's whether it's Mahomes beating them or the ref now because Kansas, Mahomes is the new ref's favorite now, and it's fine because every favorite gets those calls. The league wants that. But Tom
You
Brady
know,
never did. He was honest.
the key here is gonna be, can Joe Burrow stay healthy? If something happens to Joe Burrow, this team's screwed. It really is. I mean, it's the same thing as Kansas City. I mean, they are so reliant on their quarterback because their quarterback is so elite.
Well, you know what?
Um,
He's already been hurt 2 times in his career. How many times is he going to get hurt? He's due for a healthy season, John. So I'm not really. I actually kind of like the fact that not that he got hurt, but that he got hurt and won. So that just shows me injuries don't happen like that every single year. So I suspect he will not get hurt. And I know that Andy Reid made sure of this because he stacked the offensive line for the Chiefs. He keeps stacking it. I'm going to miss Orlando Brown, but we got the best protector from Jacksonville. He signed with us. He's the number one ranked protector. So, although it would have been nice to have them on both sides, on the left and right side of the line. But, Andy knows what he's doing. He's protecting him. He don't want nothing happening to him. So, yeah, I just think the Chiefs will beat them. I'm not worried about Cincinnati. I told you, John. Cincinnati, Baltimore, Dallas, they never win with those quarterbacks. Although the only thing about Cincinnati is they never win it because of Mahomes, not because Burrow ain't good because he is. The other two, the quarterbacks aren't good.
All right. So 13-4, we both agree on Cincinnati.
Yep.
We both have Baltimore at 10-7.
Right.
Second, you have them tied with Cleveland at 10-7. I have Cleveland at 8-9.
No, I had. Well, yeah, you made me switch up. I actually had Baltimore at 9-8, so I figured they were going to finish like a game behind Cleveland. But yeah,
And then we both have Pittsburgh in last. I have them 6-11. You have 7-10. So I mean, we generally agree on this. You don't have to go too hard in the comments, Team John or Team Bob, on this one because we pretty much agree here. So, we'll see. Hopefully things play out, and we'll
now
see you for the
we have
AFC
one more to
West.
go. Did we do three of them already? We did three, right?
We need AFC West and the AFC East.
We got two more to go. Okay.
Yep. All right. Join us on the next one. Make sure to comment, subscribe, all the good things. So